and welcome to the next episode in my Declutter series. So last time I did my blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and face powders, and I was able to get rid of about half of my collection. So that felt really good. I feel like I'm on a roll. It is very refreshing to get rid of all the things that I don't use or love and only have the things that I really enjoy putting on my face. So today I wanted to do my foundations, primers, BB creams, and CC creams. I believe that's just those four. So we'll see how well I do. Again, the point of this declutter is to get rid of everything that I'm either not using, is expired, that I don't like, or that will expire soon that I'm not really using, so I can pass it on to people who will get more use out of it and use it before it expires. Some of these products might be good for other people, they just don't work for my skin types, so I'm hoping to pass some of those things on to friends and family that will enjoy them more. So if you would like to see my declutter series, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below, and if at the end of the video you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And alright, let's get going! Alright, so we are going to start with foundations, obviously. I have a total of 19 here, and a lot of these I actually don't like, so hopefully we'll be able to pare that down quite a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off in this corner right here. I've got 3 of the Nature Luxe CoverGirl foundations. I used to absolutely love these, and so they went on sale, and so I picked up 3 of them, but I'm pretty sure that they are expired now. They don't work the same on my skin. They break apart. They leave me really oily, so I'm actually going to get rid of all 3 of these, and I'm probably going to end up throwing them away because I'm pretty sure they're expired. Going along that same line, I also have the Ready Set Gorgeous by CoverGirl. This I heard raved about for a little while, and so I tried it out, and it says that it's an oil-free foundation, but it just doesn't work out for my skin very well, even though I am a very oily skin type, so I am going to pass this along also. Sticking with drugstore, we're going to move on to the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Skin Makeup. This also, I don't know why I thought it would work for me. Again, I have a very oily skin type, and it just did not work for me, but I do have some friends who have normal skin types, and so maybe this will work better for them. Moving on to another CoverGirl foundation. This is the Outlast Stay Fabulous in the shade 825. This is more of my summer shade. I do have some of this left, and this is one of my favorite foundations. It's not cruelty-free, so when I use it up this summer, I will not repurchase it, but at least for now, I will use it up since I did buy it, and it does work for me. Next, I have the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. I really wanted to like this, but again, I don't know why I thought it would work for me. It is a illuminating foundation, and it did not work at all for me. It is really cute. It comes with this little sponge applicator, and then if you open it up, it's got the foundation in a little sponge below. Hopefully someone else I know will get better use out of this. Oh, I missed this one. This is another of the Outlast Stay Fabulous. This is in a lighter shade. This is my winter shade. Again, I'm going to use this up, but will not be able to repurchase it. My last 2 drugstore foundations are the Milani Conceal and Perfect. I originally got the shade 3 thinking it would work for me, but it absolutely does not. It is way too dark. So I did pick up the shade 00. I've tried this several times with different primers, and I really wanted to love it because in the morning when I first put it on, it looked absolutely amazing, but throughout the day it just got sticky on my skin and would start to break apart and just leave me an absolute oily mess. So unfortunately, I am going to pass these along. I think that they would work really well for someone else. They just did not work for me, unfortunately. Wow, okay, doing pretty good so far. Okay, so moving on to, let's go to the Tarte foundation. This is the Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This is supposed to work really well for oily skin. It is 12-hour and oil-free, but no matter how many times I try this foundation with so many different primers, it absolutely does not work for me, and which is such a bummer because I'd heard such great things about it, and one of my really good friends loves it, but it didn't work for me, and I even trying so many ways, so I am gonna pass this on to someone who I think would enjoy it more. Okay, so far I'm only keeping 2 foundations. Okay, let's move on to this one since I know I'm gonna be keeping this. I'm pretty sure Estee Lauder is not cruelty-free. I bought this last year during the VIB Rouge sale, and I tried it and I loved it, so that sucks because I'm not gonna be able to repurchase it when I run out, but I am gonna keep this because I did buy it. It was a lot of money and I really do love it on my skin. I also have this YSL, again, non-cruelty free. This is the Latent or the Fusion Ink foundation, and I have mine in the shade B12 Ivory. I love this foundation. It's definitely lightweight. It's really liquidy, and it works really well for some reason on my skin. I am almost out of it, and I will not be able to repurchase it, but I am going to keep it and use it up. I got this Bare Minerals original foundation from my mom for some reason. I don't know why she gave it to me. It's not my shade at all, but I think I'm actually just going to give it back to her because I don't really like powder foundations. I don't think they don't provide as much coverage as I would like, so I am going to pass this back to her, I think. Same with these 2 Bare Mineral foundation samples. They are in the shade Light, so I don't know if they'll work for her, but I'll see. I'll give them to her and see if she wants to use them up. I do have this little Even Better Clinique sample. It is full, so maybe I will hold on to that. These actually work really well for my skin during the summer. They have SPF in them. This is in the shade 5 Neutral, and then this one is in the shade 1 Alabaster. Same with this little sample. I don't know why I just never used it. I ended up going back and just buying the full one, so I am going to hold on to these. This one is also in the shade 5 Neutral, so this is my summer shade along with this one right here, and then my winter shade. So these work well for my skin, so I'm going to hold on to these. Ooh, only 2 more. Okay, so this is the Hourglass Liquid Powder Foundation Mattifying Oil Free, and this is in the shade Natural. This is a very weird foundation. You have to blend it with a brush. You cannot use a beauty blender with this at all because it dries almost immediately. This is my summer shade, and I think I liked it. I am going to hold on to it because it was pretty expensive and use it up this summer and use it this summer, and hopefully I like it. If not, then I will be passing it along. Finally, I have the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Color Oh, I guess this is a CC cream. I'm not sure why I have it in my foundations, but I use it as a foundation. You know, I tried this, and this is in the shade Medium. Obviously way too dark for me. Even during the summer, this is pushing it. And I remember liking it for a while, and then I bought the full size, and it just, for some reason, wasn't the same, so I think I am gonna pass this along also. Okay, wow, so out of my foundations, I'm only keeping 8, and I am decluttering 12, so that's pretty good. Let's move on to concealers. Okay, so this is all the concealers I have, which really isn't that many. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I am going to keep these 3 right here. These are the Tarte Shape Tape foundations. This one right here is actually a replacement for this one, which is almost out, as you might be able to tell. This is in the shade Light, and this is for concealing around my face. And then this shade, which is in the shade Fair Beige, is for under my eyes and highlighting. I absolutely love this foundation. Holy grail right here, so I am going to keep these. So moving on to here, let's see. So I do have these Bare Mineral concealers. Again, I'm just not a huge fan of powder concealers and foundations, so I'm going to pass these along to someone else. These 3 little things are all sample concealers. This is by Tresay. It's this little crayon concealer. It's a little too orangey yellow for me, so I am going to pass that one along. Moving on to this IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Full Coverage Anti-Aging Waterproof Concealer. This is in the shade Neutral Medium. This is, I think, always going to be too dark for me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this one along. Last of my little trial size, I have the Calvin Klein concealer. I'm pretty sure this is a concealer. Actually, I'm not 100% sure, but this is in the shade Sand. I think I'm gonna pass this along also. I honestly can't tell if it's a concealer. Oh, this is foundation. This should have been in my foundations, but it wasn't. So, it's definitely too dark, and I think I'm gonna pass this one along also. Okay. Sorry if the camera moved a little bit. It died, and so I had to charge it, and so it might look a little different, whatever. Okay, so moving on to this Coastal Scents Eclipse palette. This is what it looks like. It's just got a whole range of shades in it. I've used this a little bit, like you can see I've used this shade, a few of the shades, but I don't get enough use out of it. I don't really like it, so I'm gonna pass this along also. I have this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous. I did use this quite a bit when I got it. I like the Shape Tape so much more, and so I'm not using this, so I'm going to pass this along also. This is a MAC concealer. I don't know what the lady was thinking when she matched me, but it is way too dark. Even in the summer, it's still really dark. This is in the shade NW20, and I guess it could be used like if Alex had a blemish or something. I don't know. I don't use it, and there's someone else in my life that's probably more close to this color, so I think they would get better use out of it. I'm gonna pass it along. Okay, so out of my concealers, I'm only keeping these 3. Well, not too bad. Okay, so I only have 2 BB creams and 3 CC creams. I really liked this, but I haven't used it in a really long time. This is the Dr. Jart Plus BB Dis-A-Pore cream, and I really liked it, but it's pretty much empty, so I think I'm just gonna toss this. I'm not sure why I held on to it. This is the Naked Skin by Urban Decay Beauty Balm. Let me look and see what it looks like. It's definitely got a little bit of a tint. I like want to keep it, but I just don't see myself using this at all, so I think I am going to get rid of it. Finally, I have these 3 CC creams. This is the Coola Mineral Sunscreen, the CC Cream Daily Correct by Supergoop, and the Juice Beauty Stem Cellular CC Cream in Desert Glow. Let me see what this one looks like. I think I've used this before. Ooh, I kind of like this. I think I'm going to hold on to this one and give it a try, probably more of this summer. Yeah, finally, I have these 2, and I think I'm just going to get rid of these. I don't ever use products like this, so I might as well not hold on to them. Out of all of that, I'm only keeping the Juice Beauty. Okay, finally moving on to primers. I do have quite a few compared to the other couple of categories that we've looked at, so let's get started. Let's just start off right here in the middle. This is a Pixi Flawless Beauty primer, and I really wanted to like this, but it didn't quite work for my oily skin tone, but I think my best friend really liked this, so I might offer this up to her. I've also got this Flash Cream Radiant Primer by Kin New York, maybe? I'm not really sure. This is a radiant primer, and I don't remember ever using it, but I don't think it's something that, oh god, Felix, excuse me, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on also. This is another brightening face primer by Benefit. Not another of this exact one, but it's a brightening primer that I don't think will work very well for me, so I'm gonna pass this along. This is by Bare Minerals. This is their Prime Time Foundation Primer. I tried this and it wasn't awful, but I definitely didn't love it. There are other primers out there that I like more, so I am gonna pass this along. Alright, it is quite used, so I don't know if anyone's gonna want it, but it's still pretty good and it's not the worst thing ever. This next one is by Laura Mercier. This is the foundation primer in Radiance. I really wanted to try this, but again, it is a Radiance primer. It does, you're not probably going to be able to see that, but it does give off a little bit of a sheen. As much as I want to try this, I really don't see it working for me, so I think I'm going to pass this along also. Moving on, this is the Pores No Mores by Dr. Brandt. This is a pore refining primer, and I actually really like this product, so I am going to hold on to this. I think this is the first one that I'm keeping. Same with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. I like this for refining my pores also. This one's almost empty, and then I have this little sample here, so I am going to use these 2 up. I don't know if I'll repurchase them, but they work pretty well because there is one in this pile that I love a lot. I also have this little Professional by Benefit. I do really like this. It is just a sample, but I will use this up. This, if you've followed the beauty community at all, is the Nivea Men Sensitive Post Shave Balm, and this is apparently a really good. It's a really good primer for a lot of people. I don't love it for my skin. There's a couple more that I like more than this one, so I am gonna pass this along. I don't know if anyone's gonna want it, but maybe somebody will. This is a primer by CoverGirl. It's the True Blend Face Primer for oily skin. This did not work for me at all, even though it said it's for oily skin types. It didn't do anything for my oily skin, so I'm gonna pass this along. I've got the Cover FX Illuminating Primer. Again, this is an illuminating primer. It did not work very well for me, so I'm going to pass this along. I've got this little Fake Up primer by Benefit, if I can open it. This is what it looks like. It's like pretty much gone. I used it a little bit and it wasn't that great, so I think I'm probably just going to end up throwing this away because it's pretty much empty anyways. So this is the Hourglass Mineral Priming Veil. I really like this. I save it for kind of special occasions because it is a little tiny sample and I don't want to use it up, but I am going to hold on to this. Next, I have this Becca Evermatte Poreless Priming Perfector. So I am going to hold on to this. I haven't tried it yet and I got it for the purpose of trying it, so I am going to hold on to that. Moving on to the Too Faced Hangover RX Proactive Nourishing Replenishing Face Primer. I love this stuff. This, I think, is my favorite primer of all time, and so I'm definitely going to hold on to this and will repurchase it when I run out in the full size. Next, I have this Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, oil-free, pore minimizing. I actually have not tried this yet, so I am going to hold on to it and hopefully get some use out of it. I also have this Becca Backlight Priming Filter. Again, I got this, haven't used it yet, so I'm going to hold on to this. And then finally, I have this Sephora. This, I mean, isn't a primer, but I wanted to include it in this category anyways. This is a green redness corrector by the Sephora collection. It's the only kind of color corrector that I have, so I am going to hold on to this also. So if we look over here, this is everything I'm keeping, this is everything I'm getting rid of. It's probably about 50-50, and so I'm not too mad about it. These all are ones that I really like or haven't tried yet, and if I don't like it when I try it, I will get rid of them. So I think I did pretty good. So I moved everything over to my bed. As you can see, this is the pile of stuff I'm keeping, this is the pile of the stuff I'm getting rid of. I think I did pretty good. I think I got rid of over half of my foundation, primer, CC, BB cream collection, and hopefully a lot of these products will find good homes, except, you know, some of those things that I'm throwing away because they're expired. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of my declutter series. And until next time, have a great day. Bye.